In the bustling heart of Rome, legions march in perfect synchronization, their armor gleaming under the Mediterranean sun. Citizens cheer wildly, their voices echoing through the forum as merchants hawk their wares, a symphony of daily life. The grandeur of Rome's power is palpable, its dominion stretching from the Syrian sands to the Spanish cliffs. Monumental architecture stands tall, a silent testament to Rome's unyielding and eternal dominance. In his Germania study, the stern Publius Quintilius Varus, in his 50s, meticulously reviews ancient scrolls. Maps of Germania, dotted with Roman outposts, lie spread across his large oak desk, reflecting his strategic mind. He gestures confidently to a young, attentive subordinate, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. Varus declares, "Germania is now docile, ready for Roman order." The tribute, it flows freely. The Germanic market bustles with a suppressed energy. Roman soldiers, gleaming in their armor, patrol with stern authority. Their imposing presence starkly contrasts with the rough-hewn stalls and furs of the Germanic tribesmen. Stoic-faced Germanic tribesmen haggle over goods, their expressions betraying a quiet defiance. Varus, accompanied by his retinue, surveys the scene with a self-satisfied smirk, confident in the region's loyalty. His gaze sweeps over the market, a testament to his perceived triumph and prosperity. Varus glances at Arminius, who stands beside him in Roman armor, and they share a brief, knowing look. Flickering torchlight dances on the rough-hewn stone walls, casting long, shifting shadows across the Roman barracks. Arminius, in polished Roman uniform, moves with surgical precision, his sword a deadly extension of his will. Each thrust and parry is a testament to years of rigorous Roman training, his movements fluid and lethal. Beneath the veneer of Roman discipline, a flicker of unwavering resolve crosses his face, a silent rebellion. He is a master of their warfare, but his loyalty clearly lies elsewhere, a dangerous secret in his eyes. His sharp, calculating gaze observes the Roman legionaries, noting their patterns, strengths, and hidden weaknesses. Sunlight dapples a hidden clearing as Arminius, clad in Germanic furs, stands before tribal elders, his Roman past shed. His posture is resolute, his expression intense, a stark contrast to the polished Roman officer he once was. He speaks passionately in Germanic, his voice resonating with conviction as he outlines his audacious plan. Arminius emphasizes Rome's reliance on open ground, highlighting the forest itself as their most potent weapon. The elders listen intently, their weathered faces a canvas of hope, skepticism, and dawning understanding. Their eyes, once filled with doubt, now reflect a growing belief in Arminius's bold vision for their future. Inside Varus's tent, a mud-splattered messenger kneels, delivering urgent news as the air hangs heavy with the scent of leather. Varus dismisses the messenger with a weary wave, his annoyance etched on his face. Localized unrest. Another band of disgruntled tribesmen. Arminius, nearby, observes with a faint, almost imperceptible smirk. "Indeed, my lord," a mere flicker of defiance. Varus, still annoyed, commands Arminius, "Precisely. See to it, Arminius. A detachment should be sufficient." Arminius bows deeply, his smirk now hidden, the words, "As you command, my lord," hanging in the tense air. The Roman encampment awakens under the morning sun, casting long shadows across a vast sea of gleaming armor and disciplined legions. Legions XT, 18, and 19 stand in grand formation, a testament to Roman might, preparing for a triumphant procession, not war. Behind the impeccable soldiers, families gather belongings and merchants load carts, their movements a confident hum of routine. Vast supply wagons are hitched, their creaking wheels adding to the symphony of an empire on the move, exuding unwavering confidence. Varus, resplendent in his general's attire, sits proudly atop his mounted steed, surveying his legions with a satisfied, commanding gaze. A colossal Roman column, an endless serpent of men and steel, begins its ominous crawl into the forbidding Teutoburg forest. The forest's maw devours the legions, the vibrant daylight instantly muted by the suffocating density of ancient trees. A light, insidious drizzle begins, slicking the earth and clinging to armor, a chilling welcome to the foreboding woods. Each tree stands as a silent sentinel, their boughs heavy and dark, casting an eternal twilight upon the advancing Roman might. The vast, ancient forest seems to exhale, swallowing the proud legions whole, their grandeur shrinking into the encroaching gloom. Inside Varus's tent, the flickering lamplight casts dancing shadows over a map as rain drums relentlessly outside. A centurion, his face etched with worry, stands before Varus, while Arminius watches silently, his expression unreadable. The centurion warns, "Sir, the terrain ahead is treacherous. The forests are thick, and the bogs are deep. Our legions could become bogged down," the centurion adds, his voice heavy with concern. Varus dismisses the warning with a wave. "Nonsense, centurion. The legions of Rome have traversed far worse. We are disciplined. We are strong. No mere forest will impede our progress," Varus declares, his voice firm. Rain lashes down on the Roman column, soaking their leather and wool, transforming the forest into a treacherous quagmire. The once wide path narrows to a slick, muddy track, swallowing the heavy wagons as they groan under their laden weight. Gnarled, ancient trees, their branches dripping with rainwater, claw at the soldiers' shields and uniforms like skeletal hands. The disciplined Roman formations dissolve into chaos, each soldier struggling to find purchase in the treacherous, slick terrain. Relentless rain and the dense, oppressive canopy overhead severely hamper visibility, cloaking the forest in an eerie gloom. From unseen positions within the dense, ancient forest, spears and javelins rain down upon the Roman legions. Arrows, swift and deadly, find their mark, piercing gaps in the Roman soldiers' formidable armor. Disembodied war cries echo from all directions, a terrifying symphony of unseen attackers. Disoriented and struggling, Roman soldiers attempt to form defensive lines on the treacherous, muddy ground. Amidst the chaos, the forest becomes a maelstrom of fear and confusion for the Roman forces. In the heart of the Teutoburg forest, a Roman centurion's face contorts in a mask of sheer desperation. His desperate shouts are ripped away by the torrential rain and fierce wind, lost in the chaotic din of battle. The air crackles with the clash of steel, the screams of dying men, and the chilling, unseen war cries of an unseen enemy. The ancient, gnarled trees of the forest twist like predatory claws, ensnaring and disorienting the isolated Roman legionaries. The Teutoburg forest awakens to a second day of relentless rain, mirroring the despair in the legionaries' eyes. From the dense foliage, Germanic warriors strike like ghosts, their attacks swift and terrifying before vanishing into the mist. Fallen trees, like skeletal fingers, block the narrow paths, sealing the legionaries' fate with no escape. Exhausted legionaries, caked in mud and blood, huddle together, their once unbreakable resolve now shattered and crumbling. The forest, once a path to glory, becomes a muddy tomb, echoing with the despair of the trapped soldiers. In the treacherous Teutoburg forest, a Roman standard-bearer battles the muddy earth, his hands slick with rain and blood. He fights with desperate strength to keep the eagle standard held high. But the treacherous ground offers no purchase. The eagle, once a gleaming symbol of Roman might, is now battered, its wings bent and tarnished by the relentless struggle. A raw and unfamiliar emotion, fear, replaces the usual stoicism in the soldiers' eyes as they face their grim fate. The once proud standard, a beacon of empire, now trembles precariously, reflecting the despair in their hearts. Rain lashes down, mirroring the tears of a crumbling empire as the standard-bearer's grip begins to fail. Varus, atop his horse, his face a canvas of grim realization, finally grasps the bitter truth of betrayal. He watches in horror as Arminius, a mask of fierce determination, leads a ferocious charge of Germanic warriors. The crushing weight of his fatal misjudgment washes over Varus, a tide of despair engulfing him. Every Roman maneuver is anticipated, every vulnerability ruthlessly exploited by the cunning Arminius. The Teutoburg forest, a scene of utter carnage, echoes with the desperate fury of Roman soldiers. Their armor battered, faces grim, they fight with dwindling numbers, their lines breaking. Each fallen legionary adds to the gruesome tapestry of death littering the forest floor. The once mighty sounds of battle are now guttural cries of the wounded and bloodthirsty shouts of Germanic warriors. A heart pounds, a frantic drumbeat against the overwhelming chaos of the ambush. Varus, armor bloodied and torn, stands amidst his few remaining soldiers in the dense, dark Teutoburg forest. The distant echoes of battle still haunt the woods, a grim symphony of defeat. Despair etches Varus's face, yet a defiant flicker remains in his eyes. He draws his gladius, the steel glinting dully, and with a guttural cry, falls upon his own blade. His grim officers follow, choosing death over dishonor, their sacrifice a silent testament to loyalty. The Teutoburg forest looms, ancient trees with skeletal branches reaching skyward, a silent witness to a brutal clash. Gleaming Roman eagles, symbols of imperial might, are seized and defiled by fierce Germanic warriors. A calloused, dirt-stained Germanic hand tears fiercely at a gilded eagle standard, shattering Rome's invincibility. The last desperate pockets of Roman resistance are brutally overwhelmed, their cries lost in the din of battle. Sunlight streams through grand windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the imperial palace, a stage for impending tragedy. Emperor Augustus, regal yet weary, receives a messenger with devastating news, his composure beginning to crack. Augustus's face, usually a mask of authority, contorts in anguish as the terrible truth dawns upon him. A palpable pall descends upon the imperial court as the devastating news spreads like wildfire through the palace. With trembling hands, a scribe etches the Roman numerals, the 17, and a 19 into a wax tablet. Augustus's voice, raw with despair, echoes through the palace. Varus, give me back my legions. A Roman scouting party, their armor glinting under the Germania sun, reaches the banks of the mighty Elbe River. Their advance, once filled with purpose, now grinds to a halt before the vast, churning expanse of the river. The formidable natural barrier of the Elbe forces a grim, sobering realization upon the Romans. The dream of Roman expansion to the Elbe, a vision of conquest, slowly dissipates into the air. Beyond the river, untamed forests stretch endlessly, a verdant, impenetrable wall, forever out of their reach. The Teutoburg forest, once a maelstrom of battle, now stands eerily quiet, a silent testament to past horrors. Rusting Roman armor and shattered weapons lie scattered across the forest floor, slowly consumed by relentless undergrowth. Skeletal remains, bleached by time, are entwined with roots, marking the resting place of 20,000 lost souls. The wind whispers through ancient trees, a mournful dirge carrying the echoes of a forgotten, tragic battle. Nature, in its ceaseless cycle, begins the slow, inexorable process of erasing the scars of battle from the land. The sun beams down on a thriving Germanic village, a testament to newfound freedom. Arminius stands tall, a figure of strength and pride, no longer Romanized, but a true leader. Children's joyous shouts echo through the air as they chase each other, unbound and free. The rich, guttural sounds of the Germanic language fill the space, a vibrant cultural declaration. The village buzzes with activity, liberated from Roman taxation and rule, thriving in its own light. The Roman Senate Hall, usually alive with thunderous debate, now stands in a heavy, unnatural hush, thick with unspoken dread. Senators, faces etched with somber caution, murmur low and seriously, their usual boisterous energy replaced by palpable anxiety. The crushing defeat in Germania hangs over them like a funereal shroud, a chilling weight pressing down on every soul. Discussions shift from grand conquests to the stark reality of solidifying borders, constructing fortifications along the mighty Rhine. The name Teutoburg, though unspoken, echoes like a chilling ghost, a stark reminder of imperial overreach and devastating loss. On the banks of the Rhine, Roman legions, clad in bronze and leather, labor with precise, practiced movements. They construct new forts and watchtowers, their disciplined efforts shaping the landscape with Roman order. The wide, flowing Rhine acts as a stark demarcation, a natural boundary between two worlds. On one side, the disciplined might of Rome. On the other, the untamed, dark forests of Germania loom. This divide, etched into the very earth, visibly hardens the line between Latin and Germanic Europe. A thick mist embraces the Teutoburg forest at dawn, obscuring the ancient tree's lower reaches, a silent, imposing presence. Gnarled branches of ancient oaks and pines stand like silent sentinels, their forms hinting at countless seasons and untold histories. The forest, a living monument, breathes wild and untamed, a land that brought an empire to its knees. Its enduring presence speaks volumes. Not every land can be subdued, not every people conquered,